Thank you. Great to see you guys. Great to see you down here and up there. And I hope we are live streaming. Are we indeed live streaming? Yes, thank you. Good. That was a tune that probably you might have heard of. Kansas City, written by Mike Stoller and Jerry Lieber. They're a pretty famous songwriting team, in case you didn't know. Some of you know that. Solos, by the way. We had some solos there. Joey Feenstra had a trumpet solo back there. Joey has fans. Yeah, that's good. Megan Glenn on tenor sax. And Eli Kelly back there on trombone. We're going to get the applause meter, right? Like, whoa! Okay, now some of you came because you saw on the flyer that I put that there's a Stevie Wonder tune, and that is going to be next. Some of you came because I required you because of your class that you're in with me. So thank you for coming. And of course, if you're watching online, that's just as good. So in any case, I will make sure that you know, since you have to write a concert report, some of you, what the songs are and who writes them, okay? And then who solos. And I might even just send you a list at the end, later tonight, so you know what all was in there. So the next tune, anyhow, is a tune called Superstition by Stevie Wonder. It's really fun. By the way, I should tell you in advance who's going to be featured. Ty Otto's going to do a solo back there. And Grace Pasali on alto sax. So a couple of solos. And by the way, a lot of feature of the rhythm section on some of this stuff too. So we've got our Armando Almanacci and Kyle Jones on the bass. Back there in the back. Yes, Kyle Jones. Right? And then back there in the back, Garrett Russell on the drums. Yeah! And of course, Zach Lucky was on the piano. I'll mention some others, but they're going to get their opportunity. So, because I know part of the rhythm section, of course, is AJ Furness, but she's going to Wait a minute, did you say birthday? How do we, okay, hit it. Da-da-da-da-da, ready? Happy birthday to you. Come on, someone want to play? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear AJ. Nice, you had some harmonies. Happy birthday to you. Now we'll play some tunes. I'm doing too much talking. Here we go. so Superstition, Stevie Wonder. Next one is a vocal feature, so AJ is going to come over and sing. This is a tune, actually, I believe made famous by Peggy Lee, called All Right, Okay, You Win. I can tell you who it was written by, Mamie Watts and Sid Weiss. I had to take a look to make sure I know. It's arrangement, actually, I did with a student from Lincoln, actually. But in any case, I think you will enjoy this. I'm going to hand the microphone over and not say anything else. That was all right. Good job, birthday girl. That was good. Very nice, very nice. Okay, we have next song actually is a Count Basie tune. By the way, I had to ask. I decided I'd see if I could play some music in the background while you guys were coming in like the last 10 minutes. Did you guys hear that? I put the microphone up to my phone and was hiding. I was sort of like trying. Did you guys hear that okay? April in Paris, and then what was the next one? You guys, some of you guys from my class need to know. Yeah, I know you know. The class, from the Evolution Jazz class. Who knows what the other song was? Could you hear it? Or did it dim out? Take 5. There we go. Who said that? You're not in my class, but okay, thank you. That's fine, that's fine. Well, anyway, so I thought I'd play a little bassy and then a little blueback, some of my favorites. But now we're going to do a bassy tune, actually a collaboration tune that he wrote with Tad Dameron, the pianist. This one is called Good Bait. Oh, I forgot to mention, by the way, yeah, that's right, Joey Feenstra and Grace Basali on some very nice solos. There we go. Okay, so this one is called Good Bait. It's going to feature Ty once again and Megan over there. And then we also have a vibe solo by AJ. So she does a lot, by the way. You'll find out that she does a heck of a lot. Yes. And then also a bass solo by Kyle. So he gets to do a little bass solo in this one. Okay, so this is Good Bait. Let's get started on it. Thank you. All right, we had Ty Otto, and then we had Megan Glenn and AJ Furness, and of course Kyle Jones. So great job, you guys. The next, right. We have a few more tunes, actually several more, so don't go anywhere, right? Next one actually is a samba, so it's got to be like this: do, ka-do, 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 ka-do. 1, 2, 1. So it's in kind of a 2-2 time. So it kind of moves along quickly. This is called Little Bo Cool by Frank Mantooth. And, let's see who's featured. Yes, Kyle has another solo here, and so does Megan. So we're going to feature Kyle with some more cool, smooth bass lines. He's going to roll out there for you. And Megan as well, right? Okay, let's get started with this. Little Bo Cool. For you keeping score, that was Little Bo Cool by Frank Mantooth. And now we have another AJ vocal feature. This one is a classic, kind of like an old show tune classic, and also kind of an early rock and roll one too, called Blue Moon. Yes, by Rodgers and Hart, Richard Rodgers and Lawrence Hart. And I'm going to let the birthday girl go ahead and take another song here. That one was a little more than all right, I think, right? Yeah, that was really good. Good job, AJ. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. So I hope you guys are having fun. We still have a few more tunes, so do not go anywhere yet. This one, next one we're going to do, let me make sure I've got the right order. Yeah, I do. Good. This is a Bernie Miller tune, not Barney Miller. For those of you who are old enough to know Barney Miller. Without dating myself, yes, I know. Yes, that's my brother out there. Yeah. I told you, right? I told you. So, anyway, so this is a tune by Bernie Miller, called, I know you students don't know who Barney Miller is, so, you know, it's a cool bass line. You have to check out the tune. Just check out the theme song to Barney Miller. It's got a cool bass line. You'll have to check it out. Yeah. Okay, so this is called Bernie's Tune. We're going to feature, well, Joey is going to be featured, Joey Feenstra, and another Megan. Megan's going to be featured again. I almost forgot your last name, Megan Glenn. Yeah. And then AJ's got a solo too, right? Yeah. Okay, so I told you she's doing one. Okay, so Bernie's Tune. Here we go. Right? As she should. Yes, that's right. That's right. Well, for one thing, I love directing this group. This is such a fun group. They have a lot of camaraderie in addition to sounding really good. I'll introduce some of the people who are going to be leaving us in a few minutes. But I also just want to point out that my journey to doing jazz, playing jazz, I'm a jazz bassist as well as the cellist. I take a lot of joy in directing college students like this and high school students, in the past as well. My love for jazz, as well as the love for jazz in our family, really stems from my parents, in particular my dad. We listened to Count Basie albums when we were kids. We listened to Stan Kenton and Maynard Ferguson. I don't know if those names ring a bell for some of you. But it was the Basie ones that really kind of stuck in our heads, I think, right? Eventually, I came around to deciding I'd go ahead and pursue jazz as a career back in my 30s, finally, after doing a bunch of other things. I certainly have my dad to thank. For one thing, I played in bands with him when I was a teenager, so he was a trumpet player. Mom played Barry and alto sax. That's my mom over here. And piano. She still plays the piano. Earlier this year, after a battle with vascular dementia and other health issues, mostly around heart issues, he passed away in January. I wanted to take the opportunity, since I had this opportunity and a microphone, to be able to dedicate not just the next tune, which is one that I remember him loving, called "Here's That Rainy Day" by Jimmy Van Huysen, but also and Johnny Burke. But also the whole concert, if that's all right, if nobody minds. I figure we'll dedicate this to my dad. His name is Jim Jackson. The first couple of concerts I did with the Monmouth College Jazz Ensemble 11 years ago, actually in fall of 2010 and spring of 2011, he played trumpet and some valve trombone on there. I was looking at the program like, oh yeah, Dad played on the concert. That was cool. And then I took a 4-year hiatus from directing the band while Stacy Judd was directing and did a great job, and then I was pleased to be able to take it over again. So anyway, we are going to do a great trombone and saxophone feature called "Here's That Rainy Day," one of my dad's favorite tunes by Johnny Burke and James Van Huysen. There are some members of the band. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for indulging me a little bit. Well, more than a little bit. I've indulged myself quite a bit tonight, so thank you. Members of the band I haven't mentioned. Let me see. Well, I want to make sure I mention them in the right order. Let's see. I've mentioned. I don't think I mentioned Piper yet, but that's okay. We're going to come back to her. Sorry. I already mentioned Grace. We have Riley Lash also on tenor sax. I already mentioned Megan. Back here we have Bindi Gosney on trombone. I mentioned Eli Kelly, and I've also, of course, mentioned Ty. And I think I mentioned the whole radio section, right? We have a couple of guys who look a little too old to be college students. And I'm not talking about just me. I mean, obviously there's me. But back over in the corner, playing some high notes here and there, Jeff Davis. Yes. And also, now some of you guys know the guy over here, the trombone player here, because you've seen him now around recruiting people into concert band and of course marching band for the fall. And John Eckstein is. I wanted to mention that it's kind of saved for last. Some of the folks who 3.5 years ago, when I had a chance to direct the band briefly, when Stacy Judd was having another baby, her second baby out of two. So it was fall of 2018. There was a pretty good band, and there were some freshmen there that are now seniors. And I got to direct them this year for the whole year. So I want to make sure I give a special mention to them, the ones that are graduating seniors. First of all, we have Piper Miller. And then over there we have Becca Gibby. And then of course on bass, I mentioned Kyle a few times. Kyle Jones on bass. And lastly, we have a young man who, when I directed for those 5 weeks, the first rehearsal I came in and I'm like finding out who everybody is, and they all told me their names. And the guy back here says, "Steve, it's me, Joey." I'm like, "Joey? Why? What do you? Joey Feenstra," he says. I'm like, "Oh my gosh," because I met him when he was like 10. Because he has older brothers who played in the band way back in 2010, 2011. His older brother Dane was a senior, and his brother Alex was a freshman. I got to direct them. By the way, both phenomenal musicians as well. Joey's a great musician as well. So I've known Joey a long time. Joey Feenstra.
I want to really shout out my two parents who were up there who have been supporting this program for the last 15 years, coming to every concert.
Kind of the last hurrah for you guys, right? Not only Joey, but you two, the Feenstras up there. Thank you for supplying Monmouth College with such phenomenal musicians.
I'm not worthy.
What?
We're not worthy.
You're not worthy. I wish you had more, but I guess you're done. No. Oh well. So one last tune, a rock classic. First recorded by the Drifters, and I think some of you have gone, well, there's a lot of cool instruments up here, but I'll bet you were thinking that you just wanted a little more cowbell. So, AJ over there has a cowbell in her hand, am I right? Yeah! So we're going to get a cowbell solo out of her. Actually, it's in tandem, of course, with Garrett Russell in the back. By the way, I did mention... I almost forgot he was there because he's in such a rock-solid tempo, and he's back there, I can almost not see him. So this is a classic... actually, another Lieberstaller, along with Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil, they wrote this tune called On Broadway. This is our closer for the evening. And thank you all for coming. Who we're gonna feature on this too, by the way. We're gonna Piper. And then Gary and AJ go out for a little on the percussion for 4 measures. So that should be a lot of fun. So again, thank you all for coming. It's been great having you here, and I will see you guys around. Okay, you guys ready? College Jazz Ensemble. Thank you all for coming. You're all dismissed. Thank you so much. By the way, and thank you, Kenyatta, up there in the booth. Thanks so much, Kenyatta. Kenyatta, stay for that.